Hi, Ray Hayden here, and this video is specifically addressing the AdaptiBar program that we can use in our efforts to prepare for the California Bar first year law students examination multiple choice questions. This menu bar, it's a horizontal menu bar across the top of the screen here, or the top of this image, and then I'm going to click on Program, and there's a drop-down menu that has a host of pages that I suggest you look through. I'm clicking on the Features page, and then I'm moving to the bottom left, and I'm going to click on a button that says Eliminate Time Issues. This is probably the most important thing about AdaptiBar, and they'll tell you this in their website numerous times, and I agree. Now, AdaptiBar does not compensate me for my opinions and thoughts about their website and service. This is my honest, truthful, first-person, former customer I guess, review of what I know about AdaptiBar. And this image right here is a graph that's very, very helpful in eliminating those timing issues. Now, AdaptiBar deals with the MBE questions, and we know that we're not going to see MBE questions on the first year law students examination. They also make this statement down here that you have 1.8 minutes to answer each question. I want you to park that in the back of your mind for a minute, and I'll come back to it. Let's talk about the timing issues. There are two primary timing issues that are going to drive us nuts. The first one is, can we know that we're going to be able to answer 100 multiple choice questions within that 3-hour window? And I'm here to tell you that if you use the AdaptiBar program as they suggest, and you honestly put in a good faith effort into your study using the AdaptiBar program, you will know, you will absolutely confidently know that you will have more than enough time to answer the 100 questions within a 3-hour time frame. Now let me address the other timing issue that people don't really consider as actively as, oh my goodness, 100 questions in 3 hours is impossible. I'll never be able to do it. The other question that people have and maybe don't even know is, do you have enough time to work on a multiple choice question so that the answer you select is the one you absolutely intended to select? Right or wrong doesn't matter. Just so long as you were able to invest enough time into the question so that when you looked at the options and made your choice of which answer you were going to select, that was the one you intended to select. What I'm talking about is you didn't run out of time and have to make guesses, not even reading the question. So that's an important aspect. And there's two timing issues. One is, can you finish the 100 questions in the 3 hours? And my answer is, if you use the AdaptiBar program, they will demonstrate to you, if you put in a good faith effort, they will prove to you that you absolutely can. They will also demonstrate to you that you will have more than enough time to invest in those questions that require additional time and effort. And this is what this graph is. Let me show you this on this. There's this white bar right here, and then if you look real careful, there's a green line. I'm not going to discuss the whole aspect of the graph. I just wanted to show that there is a gap of what it is time between the far right of the gold bar and this green line. The green line is the 1.8 minute mark. This is the sweet spot of where this example would be doing very well on the multiple choice questions. The difference between the yellow bar and the green line is time saved. All right, so you have saved this amount of time. There are questions that are going to take you longer than 2 minutes. I've had questions that have taken me 5 to 10 minutes in order to answer, and I probably still came up with the wrong answer. But I guarantee you that the answer I selected was the answer I thought was the right answer, and I intended to select that answer. Even if I was dead wrong, that's the one I chose, and I would probably choose it every single time. But the point is, I had enough time to read the fact pattern, make my educated best guess or intelligent guess as to what the right answer would have been. And I had that time. So not only did I have enough time to answer all of the 100 questions within the 3-hour window, I had more than enough time so that I could invest the extra time into looking at the questions that required additional time. Now I'm going to discuss another benefit of AdaptiBar that is an accidental benefit. AdaptiBar deals with the multiple choice questions from the multi-state bar exam, the MBE questions. They don't deal with the essays, but they sort of kind of do by accident. When we use this system, we're going to be reading fact patterns and making choices on multiple choice questions. If we got the question right, we're probably not going to do a whole lot of investment in time into reading why the right answer was right or why the wrong answer was wrong, because we got the question right and we have an understanding in our mind of why the question was right. And we're probably going to hit that question right every single time. When we hit a question wrong in the AdaptiBar system, the next screen is going to give us, on every question it does, the following screen gives us the answers and explanations as to why the right answer is right and why the wrong answers are wrong. So when we get a question wrong and we have to research why we got that question wrong by reading their detailed explanations about it, we actually pick up information that will help us out on the essays. Now, it's kind of a luck of the draw, or how the deck is laid out before us in the essays, but very probably you're going to hit on some kind of sub-issue that will trigger something on the essay portion of the first year law students examination that will help you. And it's an accidental benefit, it's an unintended benefit from the AdaptiBar system. So I just want to mention that. Again, there's one more thing I want to mention about. The AdaptiBar uses the MBE questions. I'll highlight it down here in the text as, oops, too much, MBE. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that I read it correctly, that AdaptiBar has taken the old, outdated MBE questions from the older exams, and they've evolved them, probably with the blessing of the NCBE, the people who make the MBE questions. They've evolved them to meet the current standard and layout and format of the newer MBE questions. A few years back, the MBE folks made some changes to, there was like 5 or 6, I think there were 5 changes that they made to the MBE questions in the format of the question. And why I bring this up at all is because I just sat for 6 exams from the first year law students examination. In those 6 attempts at the exam, I have witnessed the evolution of the multiple choice questions in the California Bar first year law students examination. Now, these are proprietary questions from the California Bar. They own them and they can do whatever they want with them, but they've been evolving them to actually match more closely to what the MBE style is. Now, the design and logic of the questions and the fact patterns is different than the MBE, but AdaptiBar will help you know that you can get through 100 difficult questions within 3 hours, and it will let you know that you will have more than enough time to invest in the more difficult questions that take longer than 2 minutes, and they accidentally have the benefit of helping us out with information that we can have in our minds for the essay. So with that, I would recommend AdaptiBar to somebody who has the funds and the time to invest in using it. And I hope that everybody's doing well in their preparation program. My next video is going to be about BarMax, so stay tuned for that. And with that, take care and be well.